Welcome to part two. We're just waiting for Andy to join us. Women love him, men want to be him. So, how you doing, Andy?
Good, thanks, Bob.
Mate.
Tell you what else I was doing a week ago today. I was away seeing the mighty Tom Jones with my daughter. She took me to see Tom Jones down in Stirling.
What was that like?
Oh, fantastic! He's 84, but he's still got a great voice.
Is that how old he is? Tom Jones now, 84.
84, and he came across sharp as a tack. Really well with it, and brilliant. He did 2 hours. 2 hours. Great band as well.
Yeah, he's still got his voice then, yeah?
Oh, fantastic! I've seen him about 3 times. I think first time I saw him was about 2012, I think it was, and I've always liked good singers. I like good vocalists, and you don't get much better than him. When I went to see him the first time, I thought he'd probably be quite good, but he was way better than I even imagined he could have been. And then I saw him maybe 5, 6 years ago. I think we saw him, and he's still brilliant. Then, he's still got it. Fair play to him. If he can still do it, keep doing it. That's
Old Tom Jones, eh? The old crooner himself, eh?
big time, eh? There's still people throwing knickers at him as well, eh?
Is that what they do? Is that what they do? They throw knickers at Tom Jones?
That's what they used to do back in the 60s, wasn't it? Throwing knickers at him. And there's still folk throwing knickers about the crowd. I was pissing myself laughing at that.
What's he based
But
in
nah,
Vegas, Tom Jones?
nah, he lives in Britain now. He used to, I think he lived in Los Angeles, but he spent a lot of time performing in Las Vegas, the same time as Elvis was there and whatnot. So he's talking a career that's been spanned over probably well over 60 years. It's quite amazing.
Old Tom Jones, eh?
Aye.
Is he knighted? Is he Sir Tom Jones?
I think he is actually, aye. Yeah. He's been about long enough to get knighted. But nah, I like him, aye, he's good. But a character, so I think there's a photo somewhere with Muhammad Ali. He sparred with Muhammad Ali one time, if I remember correct.
Old Tom Jones.
Big
Spar.
time.
Getting back to heavyweights, where do you see Zhang's role in all this now and Ergovic? Where are they? Are they on outside looking in, do you think?
Nah, that'd be a good fight. Them to fight each other again, wouldn't it? Because there was a
Yeah.
bit of controversy. The first one wasn't there, so gives Zhang chance for revenge. I thought Zhang won that anyway. That first one, to be fair.
Do you think Joshua will go near Zhang?
No, I don't think so. No,
No.
no, I don't think he's too dangerous.
You what,
I
mate?
see. I think he's too dangerous for
Yeah,
big
speaking
meat.
to your mic a bit better, Andy.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go on, yeah.
I think he's too dangerous even at the moment for Big Meech. That's not to say Big Meech wouldn't beat him, but I just think he's got a big punch on him, innit?
Yeah.
And
Switching from heavyweights then. David Ebenetian against Jaron Ennis for IBF.
I'd like to see Ibernation do well. Conor Benn wouldn't go anywhere near him a while back. Remember that fight was mooted. Big Bricktop. That was back in the days, the days of the boxing's Cold War, which appears to be over now thanks to Turkey Al Sheikh. Now they're Frank and Eddie are now one, aren't they? So I'd like to see David Evernation do well, but I don't know if he can win that fight or no. But it'd be good if he did. He's a likable fighter.
There's something's just come up on my phone here. Dave Allen and Johnny Fisher
Oh,
in talks.
that'd be a good fight for a bit of money there for Dave Allen, I would have thought. But he needs to get himself. He's a kick up the backside to get himself in shape, doesn't
Yeah, oh yeah, Dave does, yeah. Listen, a fit Dave Allen will give Johnny Fisher nightmares, but are you going to
he?
get a fit Dave Allen? What Dave Allen is going to turn up? Unpredictable.
The same one that's turned up the last few times, probably, isn't it? But
Well,
I'm gonna have a wee vodka. I'm gonna have a wee vodka since I've not been on for a while.
You're having a tipple, Andy.
And I treat myself since I've not been on for a wee while.
You are.
I tell you what I read the other day. Old Butterbean's on about making a comeback. He was 36 stone and he got down to 21 stone. He's talking about making a comeback, and I thought to myself, hey, that would be a good fight for Big John Fury, the fighting man, wouldn't it? The fighting man that don't fight.
Bean would do him, wouldn't he?
He'd iron them out like a towel, like a beach towel.
He's been in with Larry Holmes, hasn't he,
Bean, aye. He's a bit of a novelty at, but he could certainly whack, couldn't he? See, did he drop Holmes, or he certainly shook him up at one point, didn't he? Holmes was quite clever the way he manoeuvred round through the fight, wasn't he? But he could whack him, right?
What would Larry Holmes do now?
Be a champion, wouldn't he? Did you see him get interviewed at that Saudi thing? though? I was a bit concerned about that. He didn't seem to. He seemed to be away with it, didn't he? He seemed to be. I don't know if he's as well as he used to be, but he was a bit incoherent what he was saying about stuff, and he doesn't know anything about Fury or Usyk. And you know, there was somebody interviewing him, and I think they shouldn't have bothered interviewing him. It was a bit sad actually. Yeah,
You were talking like you were underwater.
Oh, it's whatever. So, I mean, a few years back, he still seemed to talk okay, but it's maybe all that stuff catches up with people in the end, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, of course it does. Yeah. And he's had some punishment, hasn't he? Old the Eastern Assassin.
I know he went on way too long. I mean, I think if Tyson hadn't beat him like he did, I don't think he would have come back, did he? It's like he had to prove something, didn't he? Just kept fighting. But he gave Ray Mercer a boxing lesson even when he was 42, didn't he?
Yeah, Ray Mercer gave Lennox Lewis nightmares. See, styles make fights, don't they?
That's it. There's an argument.
Ali used to take piss out of Larry Holmes, didn't he? He used to call him the Peanut.
It's a peanut head. You could actually make an argument for Ray Mercer winning that Lennox Lewis fight. I thought a draw would have been a fair result. That fight. That was a hard fight.
Yeah. Tough old man, Ray Mercer. He done Tommy Morrison, didn't he?
Aye, and Big Lennox's right hands were just bouncing off his chin, weren't they? It was unbelievable. He was an Olympic gold medalist, though, was he not, Ray Mercer?
Big goal, I was about to say. At heavyweight.
Yeah, he was a bad man.
Not as bad as Ali, though, was he really? Ali was baddest, wasn't he? Come on.
He was a real bad man. He was a bad man with a glint in his eye, wasn't he?
Hey, Muhammad Ali, man, the greatest heavyweight ever, in my opinion.
When you look at his resume, as Eddie Hearn keeps going on about, there's no resume to match that, is there? The amount of champions he beaten.
Look at State of Big Meech's resume.
You could call him a paper champion, actually. I remember there's the guys in the 80s got called paper champions, the Alphabet Boys, wasn't it? When the titles were all fragmented, was it like Greg
Mike
Page?
Beaver, England Thomas, Tony Tuck.
Oh, they guys, yeah.
Gary Coetzee, Frank Bruno.
Yeah. Big Meech is not really any better than any of them, and he was right place at the right time, picking up titles that shouldn't really won them.
Big Meech, paper champ. If Big Meech gets this, he's another paper champ, isn't
he? Yeah, there's no way he can. No matter what Eddie Hearn says, there's no way he can call himself a real champ. But I still think Dubois will do him, man.
Well, on current form, you have to say that because Joshua's not really been tested since Usyk done him twice, has he?
No. I mean, even when he fought Hilarious, he got his nose bust up in that, and he only really beat Hilarious when Hilarious got tired because he'd only taken the fight at a week's notice, didn't he? He just
Yeah,
seemed to get tired, and then Joshua got the better of him. But up until that point, he was taking way too much punishment that he should have been taking from somebody like Hilarious.
yeah, he was. He was. He took some hammer against Hilarious, didn't he? That Franklin fight, you could see he were cagey, wasn't he?
Aye. And after Hilarious, Conor McGregor stuffed a pint of that stout in his face, didn't he?
Hmm.
Popping it down his throat.
What do you think to Froch Joshua beef?
Is it fake beef or is it? Do you think it's real beef? They know each other, don't they? So
Are we qualified to talk about it, or is it just laughing luncheon meat?
laughing. Peck. Is it that peck luncheon meat you get? Chopped pork.
Uh,
Um,
Peck.
is it just banter between them, or do you think? I don't know. Difficult to say. But there's always been a wee bit of needle there, though. It appears to be a bit of needle there, reading between the lines, isn't it? Is that to do with Rob McCracken?
I don't know, to
Big,
be honest. There's something not right, isn't there? Probably.
because I think did Froch know, was he not quite outspoken about Big Meech being disrespectful to Rob McCracken after he left him?
Yeah, well, he's going to be in it if he was best man at his wedding. He had him from day one, paid him 10% every fight all the way through. You know what I mean? He wasn't putting him on wages.
No, he's proper stand-up guy, that's the friends to the end sort of thing, aye, treated him right, and you've got to admire that, people,
Joshua's about money, innit? That's what he's about, money.
Well, kind of really annoyed me about. Remember, he fought in Saudi. He was at the Ruiz rematch, and it was his journeyman, his sparring partner guy was fighting on the undercard, and Joshua got like 30 million, and he got like 30 grand. Or it was something ridiculous, And that's everybody. The money should be shared out. That's just total greed in my eyes. If there's that much money floating about, you give the guy a million or half a million or something. No, 30 grand. Give him half a million or something like that.
Well, we're going to see, aren't we?
Spread the wealth.
Wait, do you know Joshua's training situation? If he loses against Dubois, do you think he'll get rid of boxer-sized Ben?
No, I think he'll keep him. He seems to get on really well with him. From what I can see, anyway. I'm only a guy in a shed watching from the outside looking in. But nah, he seems to have gelled with him better than he's gelled with the other guys that he's hired. So I'm inclined to say he'd probably hold on to him. I think. He'd have to take a long hard look at himself if Dubois flattens him or beats him in style. He's going to have to sit and take note then, isn't he? Where does he go then? It could be a crossroads or a dead end or whatever. It's always going to be the Fury fight, even if Fury gets beat, I think, by Usyk. If Joshua was to lose to Dubois, that's the only other fight that's out there for him, really, isn't it?
Could you imagine though if Fury and Joshua had to fight and they've both been beat again?
It's just going to be for the money, isn't it? There's going to be two guys that's both been humiliated, and try to big the fight up, try to promote it. It's going to be the biggest job, isn't it?
Mm. Ryan Garcia, what's happening with him?
Has he been banned?
Been
Or is he retired or something? He seems to be a bit haywire, him, isn't he?
I don't know, mate. That round about that weight division, mate. When you look at Loma and Javante Davis have got a fight, haven't they?
Yeah.
How good a fight would that be if we could have that?
That's a pick'em fight, that, isn't it?
Speaking to you, Mike, mate.
I'm saying that's a pick'em fight, that, isn't it?
Well, we're going to see, aren't we? But yeah, it is a pick and fight, but you'd have to say it's a 51% Tank, 49% Loma. It's that fine, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's that'd be a cracking fight. I'd like to see that.
Mm. What about Warrington? Kakazi?
I think Warrington's done. Personally, I think he's at the end of the road. Kokeji's probably he beat Cordina, didn't he? So Cordina's last few fights, they've always been close wins, haven't they? There's no been, there's been good fights. He's quite an exciting fighter, Cordina, but he came unstuck against Kokeji, didn't he? So that's a good win for Kokeji. So he'll be on a high, won't he? He'll be buoyant with that. So I pick him to beat Warrington. Probably by stoppage, maybe about 8 rounds, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that Tank can really push on and go through weights, or do you think he's round about this is his weight now?
He's not that big a guy, is he? So
Yeah.
he might be at that weight. Is there still talk of Crawford going up to fight Canelo?
I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening.
Just all talk.
What do you think to that Shaka Stevenson? He always seems to be held back, doesn't he? He's always fighting some bin man, isn't he?
Hmm. Is that due to his promoter? Who promotes him?
I don't know, but he's knocked a 5-fight deal for $15 million with Top Rank back.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't know, but I'd like to see him in Loma at it. Shaka and Loma, or
Yeah,
Loma and Tank. They've got to start letting these fights happen. Bob Arum's a stalwart. He's always in the middle of something being held back in it. Till the very end. It's like well, allegedly, listen, Timothy Bradley, Manny Pacquiao. No way
yeah,
did Bradley win that. But they
yeah,
got 3 fights out of it, didn't they? Kept
yeah,
Mayweather away, didn't it? You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's how I look at it. They
Is there
just
still talk?
they drag it out, don't they?
Nah, it just runs it out to the end. I mean, is there still talk of Pacquiao coming back, Pac-Man coming back? I mean, that's
Yeah.
madness.
They
It's
were talking
holy
about
shit.
Conor Benn, weren't they, months ago?
Oh, aye. Well, to be fair, I think you'd probably beat Conor Benn, even now.
He's silent on Crusher, isn't it?
It is. It's just gone quiet. The silence is deafening, you might say.
Do you think Julian's right? Do you think in end Eddie will just wash his hands because he's too busy with other things?
I think so, especially with all the Saudi stuff. He's been embroiled in that, hasn't he? So he's got enough to keep himself going at the moment. He did. Conor Benn needs him more than he needs Conor Benn. I think. I
Yeah.
think he needs Conor Benn like a hole in the head.
I wonder what's going to happen to Conor Benn. Where's Chris Eubank in all this now? Then he's talking Canelo, isn't he?
Aye, that's a strange one. It's not really it's a good fight for him money wise, isn't it? But it's not a fight I want to see, really.
No.
He's lost his momentum again. I thought if he was talking him getting I forget the name of the champion. It was talking him getting a title fight after he beat William Smith, the middleweight title fight. Was it a Polish guy or something? Can't remember the name of the guy, but I was hoping that was going to happen. But again, it's just stagnated again. Inactivity will be his biggest enemy, won't it? If he fights Canelo, it'll just be another Billy Joe Saunders Canelo fight, won't it? It'll just be a late stoppage win or mid fight stoppage win for Canelo, I would imagine.
Turning up for a payday.
Aye, definitely, yeah. I think he's just in it for the money, and he's not in it for. Or he would have had a title by now, eh?
Will he have them 3 losses on his record changed to a 4th loss? If he got X amount of millions in his bank, he's going to say yes, isn't he?
Yeah, I would think so, yeah. I would think so. I mean, what is he now, 34?
Yeah, he's knocking on a bit now, isn't
His old man was retired at 32, wasn't he?
he? Yeah.
But at least he was active as old man, eh? He fought regular, maybe too regular to some extent, but He did fight regular. Inactivity didn't seem to be a thing back then, was it?
No, it wasn't. I don't see Eubank going any other way because if he loses to Canelo, which he will, the Ben fight's always there. If he
Yeah,
fights Ben and loses, the Canelo fight's not there, is it?
that's right. And there'll be money in both of them for him. Eh?
Eh?
There'll be good money in both of them for him.
Yeah.
That's maybe all he needs, another 2 fights and then clock out at the end of the day. Eh?
This Ben and Eubank fight, it's dragging on, isn't it?
I don't know, ever see it. Eh?
You know, and Conor Benn's got to now be thinking, who are his mates?
Nah, exactly, yeah. And I bet Eddie Hills is regretting sticking up for him right at the start. He should have told him, right, we can get yourself sorted out and come back once you've got your name cleared. That's what he should have probably done. But he kind of made a bit of an arse himself defending him at the hilt, wasn't he?
I think Conor Benn will come out and cough in hand and say he did it just to forward his career.
I think he's going to look even more stupid if he waits till further down the road and then comes out and says I don't think he's ever going to admit. I think he's convinced himself that he's done nothing wrong. But when you've seen what was happening, these last 2 fights, he's turned into a feather duster man, isn't he? So proof's in the pudding, isn't it?
Well, he's not had a stoppage since it come on top for him, has he?
No. So and he was meant to be the crusher, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
What do you think to Beefy Smith against Josh Kelly? Think Josh is getting him at right time?
I think so, yeah. I just hope Beefy Smith comes in shape and doesn't he come out with any excuses that he had to lose 3 stone in the last fortnight or whatever it was. Maybe a fortnight, but last month or whatever, to make weight. So he needs to get himself sorted out. But that's a good fight for Josh Kelly. But I would say he's a good fighter, Josh Kelly, isn't
Yeah, I rate him, Josh Kelly, and I think Crusher Ben swerved him
he?
myself.
Oh, aye. He got nothing to do with me.
I think Crusher swerved and they didn't want that smoke. No, yeah, that's what I think, mate, honestly.
It's about the same time as Avernation were trying to get the fight. Bricktop was shouting for that fight, wasn't it? And
They were
Conor Benn
treated poorly by Ben's team, Venetian's team, very poorly.
disrespected it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say they were, Andy. I'd say they were very disrespected. David Venetian, like bogeyman, that division. I think he even went WBA champion at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was. Huh?
But he was bogeyman, and because he obviously is from another country and he doesn't do loads of tickets and that, he was in the Who Needs Him club. But he were an hard night for any of them.
Yeah.
I think they kept Crusher Ben away from him. And I think they probably still will keep him away from him now.
Yeah.
If he loses to Ennis, he's got more miles on clock. They could quite easily put Crusher in with him in America, couldn't they, just to get Crusher a run out?
Yeah. Get him some money to pay solicitors.
Well, he'd be having to fork out for all sorts, won't he, Crusher?
Yeah.
But he looks like he's been badly advised, doesn't it? But 2 years down the line, we're still no different, are we?
Yeah. Still in the same place. Eh?
Hey?
Still in the same position there. Big question mark and a dark cloud hanging over it. It's just it's gone nowhere, is it?
Yeah. What do you think about that Turkey wanting to buy boxing? What do you think to that, Andy?
It's all a bit mad, eh? It's like some big. It's like he's having a big fantasy world, eh? And he's like the ringmaster of the circus, and it's his circus. And I don't know. I think there should always be competition in business. For one person to monopolise the whole thing it's maybe not the healthiest way. I mean, if he's doing it for the good of the sport and he's going to make all the fights happen that we want to see, I think that's probably a good thing. But as long as as long as people that deserve a shot is getting a shot, there's nobody getting frozen out. If everybody's invited to the party, that's fair enough. But if it's only his pals that's getting invited to the party, I disagree with it. So it would have to be regulated in some way by probably an independent body to make sure it was fair. But if he's putting the amount of money that it looks like he's putting into sport, that's good for the sport because somebody's investing in it, and that can only be a good thing for boxing in the future, can't it? Because if it's starved of funding, remember you talking about guys having to pay to fight? No, that's ridiculous. All that needs to be eliminated, and people getting paid. And if he's going to ensure that happens, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I do. We've got to have that. We can't have kids paying to fight.
No, that's wrong. I tell you what I heard, son, about Big Meech, Anthony Joshua has put money up for this. The Ringside Charitable Trust thing we were talking about a while back. Yeah, I believe he's put money up to build one of the homes or something like that. So fair play to him for that. He's putting something back into boxing. If that's right and he's doing that, I take my hat off to him. That's and I just hope more of the top guys follow suit and do something similar. Because there's plenty of money there, but it's all at the top, isn't it? So if they're doing that to give something back, I admire that.
Yeah, I admire that as well.
Mm.
I think that's good. I don't know. That's well done to Anthony Joshua if that's what he's done.
I mean, credit where credit's due. We can criticise him in other ways, but if he's doing something like that, I think that's great. And he's obviously doing it for the right reasons or whatever. We talked about that a while ago. I think we're talking about it, or even Turkey Al Sheikh, or that he wants to invest in it because the amount of money he's throwing about in boxing to set something like that up is probably pocket money to him for that kind of thing, isn't it? So. Fair play. Anybody that's stepping up to the plate to help retired fighters, I think that's a great thing.
All them that have been taking that Saudi money must be rubbing their hands thinking, oh my God, what have we done to deserve all this?
All their Christmases have come at once.
Eh?
All their Christmases have come at once.
What do you think to that, Andy?
It's like they won the lottery, isn't it, in some respects?
We're giving them hundreds of thousands, some of them former champions, just to go over them for an appearance in.
Right enough. All the big seminars from the have big dinners and that, don't they, before the event and whatnot. Fair play to them if it's doing them good. A lot of the guys will probably fall on hard times to some extent, So if they're getting a hand up from the Turkey man, that's good in my book.
Yeah.
You probably find there's nobody in their own country helping them, because a lot of the guys they're from all over, all the different corners of the world, aren't they? So
Yeah, they've done they've done well for boxing. The Saudis, haven't they? Would put money into the sport.
I think a lot of us were quite sceptical to start with what was going on, but if he's got he seems to have honourable ideas and he's doing the right thing by the fighters and that. We can only admire that. I mean, I'm not going to go to Saudi to watch fights, but it looks like he's bringing them over here.
Can you see him taking belts over, Andy?
That might be a good thing. Eliminate all the corrupt sanctioning bodies.
Pay them all off.
Yeah, pay them all off, and then have one belt and one championship.
Yeah,
that'd be great, actually, wouldn't it? That's almost be like a hardcore boxing fan's dream, that, wouldn't it? They're like taking it back to the 100 years ago or whatever.
If they did that, it'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Like a boxing super league sort of thing, and yeah.
That's what it needs. It needs everybody to fight everybody.
Yeah.
Instead of all this picking and choosing and slipping and sliding, and if they're getting proper money, they'll do it.
A lot of time that's why they're too scared to get a defeat, isn't it? They're more scared of getting a defeat than who they're fighting. But there's no shame in getting a defeat if you're against top opposition, is there? I mean, you can come back and fight another day.
Most fighters want to fight anybody. It's just that you got everybody in background. They're trying to protect their investment. That's what it is.
Yeah. Pulling the strings.
Yeah, when half of these managers and consultants, they don't know what they're doing. They're just matching off box rec. If they had half a brain, they'd be looking up border control circular, website every 30 minutes on the phone just to see if there's any movement on anything. Do you know what I mean? If they were switched on. But half of them are not switched on. They just want to be seen at these after parties and doing interviews, Sunday sermons and Monday mass and Titty Tuesday. You know what I mean? And the Wednesday wanker. You know what I mean? And Thoroughbred Thursday. You know what I mean? And fucking Fraggle Rock Friday.
You see, I mean, Anthony Yard must be kicking himself. Looks like he's been badly advised, and he could have been out in Saudi. Willie Hutchinson kind of took his place, didn't he, out in Saudi for light heavyweight fights.
Yeah, Yard and Tunde will be selling crack within 12 months after Bricktop's seen them off in court.
Don't mess with Bricktop.
Never mess with anybody with pigs. Old Bricktop, eh? Old Bricktop, bless him. He's still going strong, isn't he? You've got to give him his dues, haven't we, Bricktop?
Oh, aye. He's still there. He's still on the bike, isn't he?
He's always there or thereabouts, isn't he?
There's no flies on him.
It's like Johnny Horsecock Nelson. He gets everywhere, doesn't he, Horsecock? Every time I turn the internet on, there's Horsecock there and doing an interview.
Telling the truth these days, eh?
I don't know what's happened to him. He's had a brainstorm.
Been electrocuted or something, hasn't he?
All of a sudden, he's just speaking properly.
He is, aye. Fair play to him, eh?
Eh?
Fair play to him. He's come out the company closet, you might say.
Do you know what? I'm team Johnny Nelson at the moment. I'm team Johnny.
I think I seen him with a t-shirt saying company man on it. Maybe you're the company man.
He
I think he was wearing
probably well, he makes a joke out of everything, doesn't he? Listen, it's like, hey, listen, Dominic Ingle speaks well actually in interviews. He's a bit of a straight shooter. You know,
he comes across well, eh?
comes across all right. Likes to sell himself and that, and likes to stick a salary, but he sells himself well, Dominic. But he comes across all right. Johnny Horsecock does. Flex and Horsecock come over all right in interviews. Straight shooters.
They could be a double act, eh?
Yeah, but when I look at people like Sam Jones, you weapon, come see me. When I look at Sam Jones, I just think, oh my God, he is an absolute cock. I mean, people go into him for his opinion. The man is a cock. He's a human monitor lizard. That's what he is.
He's the biggest crawler in boxing, isn't he?
Hey?
Biggest crawler in boxing, isn't he?
He is unbelievable, mate. Absolutely unbelievable. So, but hey,
Lower than a snake's belly, eh?
Hey?
Lower than a snake's belly.
I don't know. Anything you want to add, Andy? Apart from that, you like watching Porky's International on YouTube?
Yeah, I was even bigging it up on my channel.
Good man.
Telling people to get tuned in, anybody that's interested in football and cricket and whatnot.
Get your own channel a bigger. What's your other channel called, Andy?
It's Andy's Cavern Boxing.
Andy's Cavern Boxing.
Me and my cavern here. Just talking shite. I think there's a sign up there that says bullshit corner. Talk bollocks and big ideas. But nah, it's just a bit of crack, a bit of fun. And I've not always got time to try to put content up when I can, but I've put some music stuff in that up as well if anybody's interested in music, just videos of gigs I've been to and stuff like that, and stuff about cars and whatnot.
Well, you know your cars, mate, don't you?
I like cars. Cars are a lifelong passion of mine. So
all right then, mate. Well, listen, you take care, pal.
You too, mate. Good to see you.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
Bye.
All the best. Cheers, Ross.
Right. Well, that were Andy, who's not from Aberdeen, he's from Perth. women loving, men want to be him. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. And thanks for tuning in to our sister channel, Hawkers International, YouTube. Booyaka.